Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the gold price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. As we see, of course, the tension in the US market also rising up right now. We see, of course, instability with the market. We see of course, comparison, the gold is moving for higher and higher still. And we were looking, of course, still for this target, the 0.786. Now we have reached it and we have touched it, so we're gonna see what is the reaction in close up and what is next. So we have an ABC here, potential for a wave one, of course, where you have a potential leading diagonal 1 2 3, and you're looking for a wave 4 and a 5. And that means, of course, you are looking potentially after finishing this move towards the upside for a wave 3 here, between the perfect fib level for a wave 3 0.786, and of course the 0.86 as well is very possible still, of course, in case we see continuation. And then, of course, we want to see a 3 waves towards the downside for a wave 4 in this leading diagonal. In this scenario, of course, you are required to start to see a signal, of course, of weakness, and to test, of course, an impulse, a correction impulse for a wave 4 potentially, and then moving toward the upside. Another scenario, of course, is a finish 3 waves up for a wave A. You're looking for a wave B here in the blue zone, and in the blue count, sorry, and then you're looking for 1 2 3 and 4 and a 5, the orange here, impulse, of course, where you finished 1 2, and currently you are in a wave 3 toward the upside, of course, which it has to finish as well. Should be finished soon. If we take here the fib level, let me check, by the way. The fib level for this one should be higher actually. Let me check. Right, yeah, this should be higher. So if we see continuation for the gold, very high potential that we reach also, yeah, very higher. But basically it's a little bit, yeah, I mean, it's too much. This is a logarithmic fib at the end, but if we get the normal fibs, we are very close to it, and we are very close to it. So let's stick with the fibs, by the way, and it is in confluence with the target for wave 3. Yeah, so preferably to reach this one first, breaking everything, breaking the 1 to 1 fib level, meaning, of course, invalidation of the leading diagonal, giving, of course, much more higher potential for a wave 3, and in the logarithmic fib levels, therefore. But this is, of course, a very scary scenario to talk about it on the channel here. We need, of course, to break all these levels before we get into the logarithmic fibs for a wave 3. So basically, this scenario as well is a very potential, where you have a 1 2 3. Potentially, you want to hit the 1.618, and then moving 4 and a 5 toward the upside. Right. Basically, the wave 4, as you can see, for this impulse is a much lower than a big wave 4 in a leading diagonal. And this is the difference of the correction that we're gonna have here. We have to test, of course, the reaction here. And of course, this has changed right now with the price. The more we see higher prices, the more this fib level gets higher and higher, meaning your correction gets shorter. And of course, that means that you might get a wave 4 here, and then a 5 to finish a wave C in the blue count here. Now this wave C. Therefore, you finish 3 waves up, and then you look toward the downside. All right, so these are the main scenarios in the top here. Those are the highest possibilities as well. Now, if we move inside it, of course, on the 4-hour chart to see what is going on here. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart, we have, of course, the following scenario here, where we have an ABC correction here for our final wave 5, which is this one, by the way. Let's start with this one. You have wave 3, 4, and you're looking for a wave 5. You have a 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Inside this wave 5, you are looking as well to an impulse here, right? And this impulse is extending and extending more and more. If we zoom in, we have 1 2 3, potentially a wave 4, very big, expanding flat, and then continuation toward the upside for a wave 5, right? So we have a 1 2 3. Your wave 3 is not shorter than your wave 1, and your wave 5 is very extended here. Obviously we have 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Now your wave 5 should be also 5 ways up, and here we go, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Today we still see, of course, hanging on in the top, and we still see, of course, potential of higher prices. Incredible for the gold, right? We see a lot of extension. Now let's move inside this wave even much closer to see what's going on. So inside this wave you have 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Your wave 5, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. It should be very close, guys. One more high, potentially it has to end up in an ending diagonal, by the way. It has to slow down the momentum, like if you are topping here, or you want just simply to move directly toward the downside. Yeah, so I would say that the gold is still, of course, very close for the top. I mean, it is very dangerous and risky to say that we might still move for higher from there. Yeah, after looking at 1 2 3 4 and a 5, your wave 5 looks already 5 waves impulsive, and even this final small leg, it doesn't matter, I feel like, anymore. Whatever you get here, it might, of course, unfold a big move toward the downside. Otherwise, of course, we might see something very big, which it can be like a small drop here, and transforming this into 1 2 and then 3 4 and a 5. And that means, of course, this will be transforming into a big wave 1 2, and this is your wave 3 again, of course, and 4 and a 5. And that means simply this impulse is extending and moving, of course, for higher and higher. 1 2 3 4, and this is your extended wave 5. Or it can be, of course, transforming this to 1 2 1 2. However, I don't see this as a wave 1. Normally, of course, your 1 2 should be looking like this. But yeah, everything is possible. It can be 1 2 3 4 and a 5, very extended wave 5. It means, of course, 1 2 and then extended wave 3 here, 4 and a 5 for a huge wave 5. Yeah, and this bring us back, of course, to this scenario where you might see, of course, a break here for the 1-to-1 fib level, for invalidation for the leading diagonal, and shifting towards a very huge impulse toward the upside. And then we have no other option rather than moving to the logarithmic fib levels with the gold. But basically too early to say this. Yeah. Basically, I would say be careful, of course, in this zone. We might start to see a drop very soon, unless, of course, yeah, as I explained, we see, of course, something very high moving still for a wave 3. Yep, so these are the updates for the golds, guys. I'm still looking for this retracement, at least a correction. It doesn't matter if it is small or not, but we need to see a correction, of course, to just say, okay, that we topped at least here 1 2 3 4 and a 5, or to see if it is corrective that is still looking for higher. Then we estimate, of course, the next price action, but we need a range here, right? This is the idea, and that's why it is very recommended to see a drop down. Yep, so that was it for the gold. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.